Attention IHS, live streaming is beginning right now. Live streaming begins now.
Called the Voice Before All Else, a very short general Thanksgiving address. And what it wants to do is to remind everybody to be here, to be thankful. That's usually how I get when I hear things like that happen. They're trying to call me in to pay attention. But anyways, I start off by giving thanks to Mother, our Mother Earth. She gives us everything. So we want to give thanks to her. And inside of all of that comes the plants, the trees, the animals, the four-leggeds, the water. Water is life. All the animals in the water. And then we come up a little bit higher toward the birds. Give thanks for the birds. And we give thanks for the winds and the thunders. And then we give sun and moon. And then we give thanks to the stars, those that watch over us, and the one that made it all possible. That's the short version. And eventually, hopefully in a couple of years, I'll be able to do a 2-hour version. Sejam Sam George, Nigaso. Niga Short Dan, and Guy Kono de Quenzo Dan. My name is Sejam Sam George, Bear Clan of the Guy Kono Nation. As you know, probably Cayuga Nation. So, the reason we're here today is because there were some young people here. They wanted something done to recognize the land that they're on. And when I heard about it, of course the question was always, is that going to be as high as that one? And when I first talked down here, I said, if it's not going to be as high as the one that's over there, then don't bother. Because it's an insult. I know the country rule is it's got to be 1.25 inches less than that one over there. I heard that from one of the other people that know the rules of flags. And so I had another meeting, and I said the same thing, and I'll say the same thing over and over again. If you're going to fly our flag, you need to fly it as equal to, or don't fly it at all. And I want to thank those students for doing what they did, because they come together and said, hey, we need to do something. And I just want to say now to those people, that the young ones that came together and did this.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Navina Clark. Alongside me is Ryan Russian, Brenna Lucio Belbase, and Mr. Highland. We are honored to be here today as we prepare to fly the Haudenosaunee flag for the first time in our district's history. I want to make sure Ryan Russian gets the recognition she deserves. Ryan started this initiative all the way back in March of last year. She petitioned district board members like Dr. Bradwell, Ithaca High School staff, administrators, and students, and everyone else in between. She followed up with folks through the summer. She never let anyone, not for a minute, forget the opportunity and responsibility that this district has to represent and acknowledge the history of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy and the Gayakono, whose land we are currently on. As students of color in a predominantly white institution, it's important that we stay united and don't back down from advocating for ourselves, even in the face of pushback and doubt. In November this year, Ryan, Brenna, and I presented to the Board of Education on the importance of flying the Haudenosaunee flag and what it would mean to Indigenous students and students of color like ourselves. We're proud to say that the Board of Education unanimously voted in favor of it, and after months of planning, we are here today to raise it. It's important to note that the Haudenosaunee flag is not only a symbol of Indigenous history, but also a symbol of Indigenous people, of how Indigenous people make history and affect change every single day. Let this be the first step, not the last, towards our district's progress to make Indigenous students feel more welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. Sam George and everybody that is here today. We really, really appreciate it. Is this going any higher? Here we go. As a teacher, some of the greatest moments that we have, and my colleagues would agree with this, many of whom are out there today, are the moments in which we are inspired by and learn from students. I taught Ryan last year. One of the greatest experiences of my career. First time I met Navi was actually at a gathering on Indigenous Peoples Day to honor the Haudenosaunee people. I've only met Brenna this year, but they are like a living reminder of the power of young people in U.S. history and here in Ithaca too. The flag that's going to be raised today is more than just a piece of cloth. It is much, much, much more than that. The Haudenosaunee flag, which depicts the Hiawatha Belt, is something that tells a story, and it's a story of peace. It's a story of community, and it's really the story of this space that we are on, all of us right now. I won't attempt to tell the entire story. It's complex, it's long. I've heard a several-hour version of it before. I would not attempt to do that myself. I would just provide the folks here that do not know the story a very, very basic understanding, which is the flag which depicts the Hiawatha Belt is traditionally created from wampum. It's actually a Western thing to have a flag. It is traditionally made from wampum. And it is named after the warrior Hiawatha, who was grieving because hundreds and hundreds of years ago, 5 nations that would later become 6 were at war. And it was a brutal war like all wars are. The 5 nations include the Gayakono, the space that we are on, but it also includes 4 others that you likely know as the Seneca, the Onondaga, the Oneida, and the Mohawk. Hiawatha was a warrior who was grieving because his daughters died in this war. They were killed by the Onondaga leader Tadadaho. Hiawatha, along with the peacemaker, were sent throughout the 5 nations, where they attempted to bring peace to a people who had only known war for a very, very, very long time. Hiawatha would give the leaders of each nation an arrow, and he would say, "Break this arrow," and they would snap and break that arrow. And then he would give them 5 arrows. You can't snap 5 arrows. It's too strong. In unity, you are stronger than you are by yourself. Eventually, there was only one nation left to bring to peace, the Onondaga. But they needed to convince Tadadaho, the leader, to choose peace. Jigonsase, one of the leaders, she supposedly combed the snakes from his hair. She took the evil from him, Tadadaho, and in the process he could see clearly and he could see the value of peace. The Hiawatha belt, the flag, depicts 4 longhouses. Haudenosaunee actually means people of the longhouse. In the middle is the great white pine, the Onondaga nation, where Tadadaho eventually was convinced to choose peace. So many countries in the world, including the United States, were formed because they won at war. But the Haudenosaunee, the Confederacy, was formed because they rejected it, because they chose peace. Can't we all learn something from that? It's not naive to believe that we can choose peace. The land that we are on right now is a living testament to that. It was created in the rejection of war and the choosing of love. This flag shows that. But it also is, as Navi said, a small step in beginning the process of honoring, of doing justice to the space that we are on. This land tells a story. This is not an end product. This is just a beginning. We hope that in 2 or in 5 or in 10 or in 20 years, if you come back, you'll see this district much further along in the process of repairing the wrongs that have been done and creating a future that is much kinder and more generous and just, not just to the Haudenosaunee people who this flag represents, but also to all people. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Joaquin Lira, and I work in the Ithaca High School Library. And this is a very proud day for me, too. I'm very grateful for all the hard work that the students have done. I've watched them come to the library and be working hard all their 4 years here, and some of them even just been here 2 or 3 years that have been working so hard to support the Gayakono Nation and learn as much as they can about the history, the true history of our country and of this land. And I'm so glad to see Sasham Sam and Wanda and everyone that's here that is here to enjoy this beautiful day of celebration. I would like to just finish up with that for myself, but I would invite Yvonne Dennis to come up and speak just a few words. She's putting together a program to do some workshops for teachers that want to learn more about the indigenous culture and then bring it to their curriculum so more and more of our students can learn the true history. So, Yvonne, thank you.
Osio Dohiju. I'm Yvonne, Audrey Cooper. Do you know Audrey Cooper? Her sister. And I want to give great thanks for the Haudenosaunee because my sister and I have lived most of our lives in the territory or very near to it. And we're Eastern Cherokee Sandhill, which is a combination of Cherokee and Lenape, and Syrian. So I'm very happy to have been welcomed into this community, and it's been such a joy to work with the district. And this is one of the first times I've been to a school that has not been in protest of their mascot. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the Indians, the Braves, all kinds of very offensive things. So it really warms my heart to be in a place where people of this immigrant, people who are this country, which is mostly of immigrants and their descendants, recognizes the people who are here, who are still here, and we're here first. And no, we didn't come from anywhere else. I know there are lots of theories about the Bering Strait and all of that. No, we've always been here, right? And I would like to tell you about Ojista, which is an organization in Ithaca, and it's an indigenous organization founded by your very own Tehila Mintz Corwin, who went to school in the district, and her mother is a teacher in the district. And that is why I'm here, because we have been trying to help teachers develop a land-based curriculum, because we, as indigenous people, know the soul of this place, and particularly the Haudenosaunee. And for people to survive any place on Turtle Island, they have to know the inner workings of our mother and what reciprocity means, what it means to be part of nature, not above nature or separate. We are all part of nature, and we're made of the same molecules as the trees, the earth. We're all related. We're all one. And for many years, I worked in the Native American education program in New York City, and every day was a fight, a big fight, a big, big, big fight. In fact, I got battle fatigue from being in that system for so long. So I'm really happy to be here as something celebratory, not something protesting or disciplinary. And I would like to, I don't know if not everyone is here, but could the teachers stand up who are part of Ojista, the program, our fellows? We have Vanessa. Where's Vanessa? Oh, there's Vanessa and Paul. Is Jill here? Oh, she said, hi, Jill, if this is being taped. And Lily has been very helpful. I couldn't believe I asked for books for the teachers, and when I went into the office a week later, not even looking for the books, she said, or her secretary said, "Oh, your books are here," and I went. I didn't know if I was going to be alive another day. I was so shocked. But anyway, thank you all for doing this, and for students, I really believe that you are the revolution, and you just have to let us know what you need to support you. And teachers like Paul are there, and Vanessa. I mean, there are people who will, adults who are really adults, and will follow your lead. So, Wado, Hidilatsli. Oh, one more person, Joaquin. He has really been so helpful to us in this process. So, you can never retire. You either, Lily, or Paul. Okay, Wado.
She does.
You don't have to. I'm just asking if you'd like to.
No, we just appreciate what you're doing. Let's get the flag up.
Okay. Without further ado, if the three young ladies and Mr. Highland would come over. I need to hand this off to somebody. Okay, we're going to pick up the flag and we're going to raise the flag. We did not practice this for obvious reasons. So I'm going to head over to the flagpole and get it set up. And then we're going to do the raising of the Haudenosaunee flag. you have to go over the picture. You have to get a picture. Shake your hand. Somebody wants to shake your hand? Thank you for having us and doing this.
Everybody come say thank you for what they've done so far.
Thank you to everyone who was here today. At this point, if you want to finish out the video that was given to the classroom, this would be a good time to do that. If you have questions and follow-ups, Mr. Highland and I will be available for that. Thank you.
Anybody wants to say thank you, that's what they're doing.
Yeah. If anybody wants to say thank you, right down here.